Hello, everyone. I am wondering if I am live right now. Um, I will just wait 1 or 2 minutes to make sure that I am getting this correctly. Okay. All right. Okay, great. So wonderful. I'm using actually a program called Restream today so that I can share my slides while I am on live with you all. It is my pleasure to spend this time today with you all to just see how everyone's doing. It is quite a busy time of the year as we have Christmas around the corner. We also have New Year's coming up, and I'm not sure how everyone's doing. So I thought of a content on how do we create sweetness in the chaos. Um, and let me share my slides. Okay. So, before I dive into today's content, I wanted to share a little bit about who we are. I am Grace, Grace Yoon. My Korean name is Chongmi. I am a Korean, and I am one of the counselors at Light the Way Counseling Center. We are a counseling center in New Jersey, and we have been helping people since 2004, and it's our 19th year seeing people's life transform as they come and have therapy and sessions with us. We are a big team of 15 therapists and who are committed to be with people to help them heal and overcome their challenges. We have various locations in New Jersey, including Midland Park, Fort Lee, Bloomfield, Phillipsburg, Randolph, and Rutherford, New Jersey. Currently, I am in our Fort Lee office, so if you're around town, feel free to stop by, give us a call so we can actually make an appointment for you as well. We are a Christian therapy center, but we also provide counseling with spirituality and without spirituality for our clients. And here is a list of the counselors we have at our center. As you can see, we have many counselors, male and female. We're all Christian, and we do work with different areas of counseling. So you can check out our website to see who might be a good counselor for you. And as you do, we provide services for individuals, couples. We also provide services for couples who are preparing to get married, in the process of preparing their wedding. So we have premarital counseling. We also provide marriage counseling and family counseling. 2024, we have some courses coming up. We have parenting courses and marriage courses, and we also provide group therapy. Below is the phone number for our center. It's 201-444-8103. And you can check our website at lightthewaycounseling.com. So, why not we start diving into today's topic? You might have heard it very often these days where people are saying it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I wanted to check if that is true to you today, how you are doing in the midst of planning Christmas, planning family gatherings, wrapping up 2023. And you might see yourself with a long list of to-dos. Maybe there are family gatherings that you have to organize. Maybe there are invitations that you are getting and wondering which one you can attend or ones that you can't, and struggling how to manage all these invitations coming. You might find yourself preparing gifts and cards, or even struggling to find time to prepare the gifts for the people who you love, and also finding time to cook and prepare food for all the upcoming gatherings. There might also be struggles regarding how to balance family traditions with your in-laws, your own family, how to find time to celebrate together. And there are also people who might be going through loneliness as we have gone through 3 years of COVID and seeing a lot of loss in our lives and also changes in the relationships that we've been in. There are also continuing news going on regarding what's happening around the world and also sicknesses that are increasing, flu and COVID, that might make people feel anxious and worried about all the upcoming events. So, as we look at the things that are happening right now, what would be an emoji to express yourself? What do you think could be an emoji that expresses what you are going inside of you? On the outside, you might have a big smile, you might have everything under control, you got it all ready. But actually, inside of you, what could be an emotion that's going on right now? I hope the comment button is working so that you can put up the emojis that can express what you are feeling, because I'm curious to also see and know how everyone's doing. Okay, so moving on to our main topic today. How can we cultivate sweetness in our lives despite our busy schedule? Um, as you saw earlier, the list can go on the things that are to be prepared. But in the midst of it, how can we, each one of us, create sweetness in our daily lives, not forgetting about what we have to do, but actually understanding and accepting our responsibilities and obligations, but how to keep ourselves in a place, a posture of sweetness and kindness to myself and others. So that is what I would like to talk about. And I have 5 tools that I would like to share today. So let's dive in. The first would be, I would say, are you taking time to recognize your thoughts and emotions that are showing through your actions? As we have a busy list, a busy schedule, we might find ourselves showing actions that we sometimes regret and we ponder upon, or we are even feeling guilty of, okay, why did I just yell right now? Why couldn't I be more patient? Why couldn't I be more kind? And I think those are some signs that are showing that it is time to take a step back and think, what am I thinking right now? And what am I feeling right now? Because our actions are all connected to what we think and what we feel. So take a moment right now to see, okay, am I impatient these days? Am I frustrated these days? Am I exhausted these days? And there's only 5 days left until Christmas. So I don't know what your list looks like until Christmas comes. But I found myself struggling to find time to write Christmas cards. And with my own struggles, I was getting frustrated. I was being more upset to my husband, and small things were just disturbing me. So it is really important to recognize, okay, what is going on and what am I feeling right now? And as we are doing this, it connects to our next step, which is, as we are recognizing my thoughts and my feelings, it is going to lead you to a place of, what is it that I need? What are some desires that I have, or what are some things that I want to do or have to do, but I'm finding difficulty in getting things done? And step 2 would be expressing yourself on to the people around you on what is going on inside of you. And this will be a time of not finger pointing or blaming others, but this will be a time of actually expressing in a healthy way, in a way that you are representing, advocating for yourself to make your need known and make your feelings be understood with one another. So instead of starting your sentences saying, like, oh, you make me feel this way when you do this, we are going to say, I feel sad or I feel frustrated when I struggle finding time for myself to write Christmas cards. And after that, you would express, what I need is I need an hour for myself to get some cards done. And how can I make this happen? How can you help me make this happen? This will be a great way to talk with your spouse or your family members on what you need and what you're feeling, and also coming together on how can we make this happen together. How can we find time for you to write Christmas cards? How can we find time for you to go Christmas shopping? Or how can we find time for you to have an hour of rest, of just pondering and thinking back of how 2023 was? This will be a great tool for you to try on your own, but also help your family members to also express what is happening within them, to check in on each other, to see how are we both doing in this time. So I encourage you, if you can, write it down. The sentence starts with I. You're talking about yourself, how you feel. You're explaining the situation. And following to that, you're explaining, what is it that I need? Okay, so we'll move on to the next step, which is taking ownership of my actions and making peace with others. Now that I am able to express myself on what I'm feeling and what I'm needing, it's going to be a time for you to also recognize that, oh, wow, I was just now short tempered. Oh, wow, I was very emotional just now. And to actually take a step to really own my own actions and to go toward go toward one another, to say that, you know what, earlier, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was impatient. I'm sorry that I was yelling at you. And this will be a wonderful way to actually create sweetness in your life, because now you are actually taking ownership of, I recognize what I did and I want to make ways for us to have peace in this time. I want to make ways for us to actually be there for each other. I want to make ways for us to be toward each other. So, as you're thinking about my needs and what my thoughts were, I hope this can lead to also reflecting on, what did I do? What are some things that I want to actually take ownership over, and to make a step toward taking that action today. Okay, so the next step would be asking for help and support from the people around you. Um, Many times we might find ourselves with a long list and getting overwhelmed with the things that has to be done, the things that has to be organized and planned. But you know what? There's actually help all around us. And sometimes it takes courage for us to ask for help and support, to recognize that these are the areas that I need help from. And I hope that today, as you're listening to this webinar, this live stream, that you can take some time to think, what are some areas that I need help? What are some areas that I can actually use some support? And to now, once you recognize it, to communicate it to the people around you, to your family members, like, um, hi, hey, honey, I need some help planning our Christmas day. We have to go to our in-laws, we have to go to your family and my family. How can we get the rides ready? How can you help me with getting the car ready, getting the song list for the car rides ready for the children, and to be at a place to be open, that I'm going to ask help. And you can also give as much detailed instruction as you can, if you have a certain expectation of how this help looks like. So you're doing your best to explain what type and how this help can look like, but also to have that openness in terms of, I might have communicated how I would like help, but the help that I might get would be different. It would look different. Um, but in those moments, I will not see the other person's actions or the way how they're helping, but I am trying really hard to see their heart, that they are there to help me. They have taken a step. They took the step to help me, and they're doing the best that they can in their understanding to help. So this will create another time of sweetness for you, to see that maybe the help could look messy when you ask your children to help you to clean the house. Maybe the way how they clean the room might not be at your expectation, but recognizing that they actually took a step, they took time to organize their room, clean up their toys, and to be thankful about, wow, my children actually were there to help me to make this house ready for the party. Okay. The next step, and this is another step that will create sweetness in this time, is to express and share gratitude. As you are learning how to express yourself, how to gain help from one another, how to actually own up to your own actions, it'll lead to a place of sharing gratitude of how thankful you are for all that is happening around you, how it is it is great to see our family come together, siblings coming together to make a wonderful event together, and to actually say thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for helping out with the dishes. Thank you for cleaning your room. And also inviting others to ask if they are thankful for anything too. Like, hey, I'm thankful for this right now. My heart is filled with gratefulness. Would you like to add on in this time to share what you're grateful for? And it can become a time of how family can come together to look back at 2023 and to see what are some events, what were some days, what were some times, who are some people that I am thankful for this year. Um, yeah, and in this time of gratitude, you can also recognize that if this year was really tough, you can recognize that, wow, it's been a tough year, and to acknowledge that there were many hard times. But as you're acknowledging the hard times, you're also remembering, but wait, I am still thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. And combining the hardships that you went through with gratitude to recognize that even though it was a tough year, I still have one thing that I'm very thankful of. Okay, so let's review what I've been sharing today to create sweetness in your daily life right now as you're going through many things. The first is to recognize your thoughts and emotions that you are showing through your actions. Like, what are some actions that I'm seeing right now, to have an awareness of, wow, this is what I'm doing these days, and to take a time to think, what's going on? What am I thinking these days? How am I feeling these days? And then to take time to express that to the people who you love on what you have learned about yourself, starting by saying I feel, using only words, using the word I to express yourself rather than you, because I will be using the word I will become more of a way to take ownership and to advocate for yourself. So you will say I feel, and you can fill in the blank, when, and explain the situation. And then following to that, you will express what you need. What I need is, and letting the people around you know what you need in this time. And as you're doing that, it can lead up to a time of taking ownership of your actions. If there's necessary apologies that needs to be made, or even acknowledgments of what others are doing, and to praise them for their actions too. So you're taking ownership of what you can do, and you're making peace with others. You're staying connected with others. And after that, you can come to a time to recognize, what are the areas that I need help and support, and to ask for help and support. Give as much detailed explanation or guidelines if you would like your help to look in a certain way, but to also be open and flexible that the help that I might receive will look different. But I'm looking at the heart of the people around me who are helping me, that their heart is for me to help me, not they're not against me. And lastly, to express and share gratitude together. And I hope these 5 steps, these 5 tools, could be helpful for you in this time as you are preparing for Christmas, you're preparing for New Year's, you're preparing for other life events that's coming up for you. That this will be a good checklist to see where I am at. How am I doing taking care of myself? How much am I taking time to recognize myself? And how much am I putting effort to speak up for myself? So that's all I have for you today. Um, I would like to also encourage you all that you might be thinking, but why do I have to do all this? Why is it me who's always modeling? And why is it me who's making the first step? But I can encourage you that the greatest gift that you can give is to take care of yourself, to really speak for yourself. And sharing the goodness right now, just like as you're listening to this webinar, if you can share something good that you have gained in your life with others, that is the greatest gift that you are receiving in this time as well. So taking this as an opportunity to really receive for yourself, but also to offer goodness to others. So that's the last part of my webinar today. I am open to questions if you have any questions. Below is on the screen, you can see that we have our phone number and our website listed again. We do have various resources regarding blogs and information on therapy on our website. So if this was a helpful content for you today, feel free to visit our website and see other resources that can be helpful for you. If you're feeling anxiety, depression, there we have various blogs and articles that can be helpful for you to read and for you to gain help. We also have counselors at our place too who are ready to receive your phone call, to hear what you're going through, and to schedule your first session to help you in the new year, in the coming new year, to find help in this time. So, are there any questions? I'm just going to check to see if there's any questions coming up. Um, okay. If not, I'm having a little bit of a limitation on my end to see the comments on our live stream. But if there are any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Our therapist will get back to you on the questions you have. So thank you once again for tuning in today. And I hope this was a great time for you to take a step of pause in the busyness and to examine yourself, to take time for yourself and find help in this time to express what you're going through. Once again, thank you. My name was Grace. Have a wonderful and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. Bye bye.